Hi, I'm Diane, your host of Epic Conversations. And today, our special guest is Julie Mapatano. Julie graduated from Charis Bible College, and she's from the Congo. We're going to hear a powerful testimony of how she left the Congo and God brought her to Colorado. And you're in for an interesting ride.
Amen.
Julie, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I know that you have quite a testimony. I have heard that, I don't know anything about the Congo, but if you could, what brought you to Colorado, to Charis Bible College? And tell us, how'd you get here?
It was a long story, but I'll try to be short. My husband was listening to the radio going to work, and he heard a man called Andrew Womack speaking.
Andrew Womack, yes.
Teaching about the unconditional love of God.
Oh.
And that really made a huge impact in his heart. And he went to work. As soon as he was at work, he was listening to it, and he sent us to listen to it. When he got home, our lives was turned upside up. It's like, we need to hear more. So soon after, we came to Colorado to be able to go to Bible college.
To the Charis Bible College.
Yes.
So you came together with all your children.
So yes, we came together with 6 kids.
Okay.
Yeah, we came with suitcase and left everything, and God had been amazing and faithful.
Well, when you left, did you just walk out of the Congo? Did you have any struggles in getting here? Or?
From the Congo, we were refugees. Like in 1996, the war broke in Congo. Oh. That forced everyone to run. And me and my husband were separated first for 5 months.
And because of the refugee and the political climate in the Congo?
No, it was a war. It was civil war, like turning power from the dictator Mobutu to the new president, who was Kabila at that time.
Oh, it was a war going on.
Yes. So,
and you survived that, and your 6 children survived.
At that time, I had only 2, and I was pregnant 8 months when the war started, and bombs everywhere. And we walked from our home, we were living it, in Bukavu, to the village. So we worked 3 nights, 3 days, and pregnant 8 months. And God.
Did you know the Lord at this time?
We did, but we didn't have a relationship like we will say it now.
Oh, okay.
We know God is a good God, but we didn't know He's really a good Father too.
So you knew God, but you didn't know how good He was.
I didn't know how good He was.
Oh, wow. So then you came to Charis.
So no, then we went to Kenya where we were refugee for 3 years.
A refugee for 3 years in Kenya?
Yes, ma'am. And then from Kenya to Atlanta, Georgia. And from Atlanta, Georgia, after 8 years being in Georgia, that's when we finally had the unconditional love of God. So it was a long process, but in Georgia we still believed we have to do good, you have to fast, you have to be holy in order God to be good to you. But when Andrew was teaching, he was teaching unconditional love of God, how He has forgiven you past, present, and future.
Yes.
And He wants you. He doesn't need anything of you, but He wants relationship with you.
He wants a relationship.
That's it. And that was, for us, that was everything, because all we have done in life, giving tithes was like by fear, doing good by fear. So you can please God. But only God, He wanted relationship with us. But we didn't know that. We didn't know that.
And then when you found that, how did you get from Georgia to Colorado? Or did you go to the Charis Bible College in Colorado, or one of the satellite ones?
We did in Colorado.
Oh,
so we moved all the way from Georgia to Colorado. And that's when we finally sat in a classroom where other like-minded believers were, and the joy, and it was like, is it really people really happy like this? People are hugging you for real, and you can feel that love transferring in your heart. And it was amazing, and I didn't want to go ever back to any places else except here.
So you've been here ever since.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what happened to your husband?
So after our first year in Bible college, my husband got sick, and then he passed away. And you can imagine leaving me with 6 kids, not knowing what I'm going to do next, who's going to help me. We have no uncle, no aunt, no grandma, nobody, and we are only 9 months at that time here in Colorado. And I had a job. We have the insurance of all the jobs we have left it. There's nothing. That's really pushed us to really go back on God's promises. Is it real, or is it just a say, or can you count on God's promises? And every day I said, God, you said you are father for the fatherless, you are the husband for the widow, and you say you will never leave us or forsake us. You say you are our provider, and I will hold on those promises of God. And I say, you will take care of us. I'm not going to worry. You say you will never put us to shame, and I'm going to trust on that. And I'm telling you, every single day, God was showing me so mightily. I did not lack no food. I did not be behind of rent. My kids was not without. Every day we live like we are princess and in the house, and it was amazing, and it's still amazing every day.
You hung on to that word.
That promise.
And those promises, if God said that, you believed it.
I did.
And He showed Himself strong on your behalf.
Yes.
Provided for you,
Yes.
your children, everything.
Every day.
Oh, that is awesome. And you started a ministry, which we're going to talk about when you come back.
Thank you.
Next time. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Julie. What a powerful testimony of taking God's promises for real and actually believing them and putting them into practice. It works. And Julie is a beautiful example of that. Beautiful testimony. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. Stay tuned, because there's a whole ministry that's coming out of this, and we're going to share that with you on the next session with Julie. In the meantime, if you're enjoying the episodes, please subscribe to the channel and share it with a friend. Thank you. In the meantime, have an epic day in the Lord.
Amen.